In this tutorial, I will show you how to configure a CDN, also known as a content delivery network, to be used in your API responses. This is a performance-related feature that's going to improve the experience within your app. The explanation for this feature is a little bit technical, so I'll do my best to explain it in a way that is clear for you. First, I'll show you our backend options to configure it, and then I'll explain to you on a technical level what it's actually doing. So we can start here at BuddyBoss app components, and just make sure you've enabled this API performance component. And now let's head to BuddyBoss app settings. And these two tabs for API caching and API CDN will only appear once you have enabled the API performance component. API caching is also related to performance. It's going to dramatically improve the response times for APIs used throughout the app. I have another tutorial all about how to use API caching, so make sure to check that video out. But in this video, we will be focusing on API CDN. So we can see that we have two options. We can enable the API CDN. And then for this CDN URL, this is where we're going to paste the URL to our content delivery network. When you purchase a CDN, you should be given a special URL that will be used for your storage on that CDN. And that's the URL that you will want to paste in here. Now let me pause and explain to you technically what this all really means. First, I should answer the question, what is a content delivery network? A content delivery network is a distributed global network of servers for serving media assets from your website or app to your users. In WordPress, we have our media library. And in here you have all of your media, for example, photos, documents, and videos from the community. Anytime someone wants to view any of this media on your website or in your app, it is normally pulling the content directly from your server, which can put some burden on the server when a lot of users are doing this at the same time. There can also be a geographical delay. For example, if your server is located in Dallas, Texas, and your customer is located in Korea, that customer is on the other side of the globe, and there's going to be some delay for the media file to travel from Dallas all the way to Korea. That delay might only be half a second, but at scale, these small delays can add up. So by using a content delivery network, you can route all of that media to a network that has servers all around the globe that will mirror copies of those assets. So for the user in Korea, when they go to view your website and they click to view some image, the image will be coming to them not from your server in Dallas, but instead from some server in Asia, and so it will be faster to them. And additionally, it will put less burden on your server since the media file will get pulled from the content delivery network rather than directly from your server. So that's the benefit of a content delivery network. There are many popular content delivery networks, and they're generally pretty cheap to use. A lot of you may already be using one on your website. If you're using AWS to host your site, their content delivery network is called CloudFront. If you're using Google Cloud to host your website, their content delivery network is called Cloud CDN. There's many other dedicated CDNs also, such as Max CDN, also known as StackPath, and Akamai. These are just a few. It's up to you which CDN you prefer. Your web host may also offer CDN. The rest of this tutorial is assuming that you've already purchased some CDN. And if you have some content delivery network already set up for your website, that's going to continue working. And if you're viewing a web fallback within your app, that content's also going to route through your website's content delivery network. But where it is not going to work is on API requests. All of the native content in the app is pushing and pulling data through APIs. When the API request is asking for an image or video from WordPress, it is going to just follow the file path in the database for that asset. So if the file is stored in your WordPress media library, even though you've already configured some CDN on your website, the API request is still going to just grab it from WordPress. To fix the problem, we can very easily get the API to use your CDN by simply checking this box to enable the API CDN, and then pasting your CDN URL into this field, making sure to not add any trailing slash at the end of the URL. If you are using some WordPress plugin for configuring a CDN on the website, it likely is also asking you for a CDN URL, and you can just copy that same URL and paste it in here. If not, you can go into the user dashboard for the CDN that you purchased and get the CDN URL from there. And if you can't find it, just ask their support for the URL. Okay, so I'll click Save Changes. And now what will happen is when an API request from the app tries to find the image or document or video, the very first time it will pull the asset from your database, and in that moment, it's also going to copy that asset into your CDN. And then for subsequent users who try to view that asset, the API is going to pull it from your CDN instead. So this is going to improve performance as it's going to get media to load a bit faster in the app. We have this option to allow for offline LearnDash courses, which allows your members to take courses while offline. This feature requires that all of the course's media be downloaded to the user's device. And you might be curious about where you should host all of your video files to allow the files to be downloaded for offline usage. The quick answer is that you could upload all of your video files directly to the WordPress media library if you want to, but you might be concerned about the burden on the server for downloading all of those large video files. As long as you enable this API CDN, then all of those videos will get pulled from your CDN anyways. Another option is that you could use our Vimeo integration to easily host your course's videos through Vimeo. Note that we have other tutorials all about offline courses and Vimeo, so make sure to watch those videos for more information. If you go ahead and configure the API CDN, and especially if you configure API caching along with it, you're going to see some huge performance gains in your app. I know this is all a bit technical, but it's not actually very hard to implement, especially if you're already using a CDN on the website. In that case, this should only take a few minutes to set up. We know that you all care about performance, and we do too. That's why we've taken the time to build features like this into the core product. We want as many of you as possible to take advantage of these technologies so that you can have the best experience possible for your members within your app.